Howdy, folks.
It's plaid sofa time again. Whoop-de-freaking-do. And as you can already guess, it's also rubber gloves time. I had to bust out the rubber gloves this time because, yeah. You'll note last time we talked about cheesy macaroni and cheese cups that were cheesy in more ways than one. Or maybe only in one way, because really wasn't much of a cheese flavor to them. But we conspicuously left out dessert. Now, one of the reasons why I left dessert to its own video is because, number one, I had to take some time to put my rubber gloves on because of how tacky these items are going to be, and number two, the previous video was long enough. I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel, looking for cheesy dollar store stuff to make fun of in these videos, but I finally crossed the line when I went looking for desserts. Hence, the rubber gloves. Let's see what we have to deal with here. Beginning with tapioca pudding snacks. That's right, no brand. Whoever made these is trying to hide. Dollar stores. A good source of calcium. Real, non-fat milk. No preservatives, needs no refrigeration. I know, it's pudding. What have we got? 100 calories per serving. One pudding cup. Again, good for a portion diet if you can only eat one of these at a time. A little bit of fat. Sugar, 15 grams. About on par with a glass of milk. Ingredients: non-fat milk, water, sugar, tapioca, modified food starch, blabbity. Distributed by Green Brier International, 500 Volvo Parkway, Chesapeake, Virginia. Glad to be supporting good old-fashioned down-home country American jobs. I don't know if Chesapeake counts as country or not. Is that even a city? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that part of... Where was that again? Virginia.
Chesapeake, Virginia. Yep, I'd say that's pretty built up. Definitely a city. Thanks, Google Earth.
Yeah, anyways. I chose tapioca flavor. There's other kinds of flavors available, obviously, but I chose tapioca because it's that weird flavor. It's that flavor that as kids we can't quite put our finger on what exactly it tastes like. If you were a Calvin and Hobbes fan back in the day like I was, anytime the T word was brought up, Calvin would flip out and his mother would have to calm him down. And of course, I'm also thinking of a certain movie that I saw a few years ago that I have in my Blu-ray collection. New in town, about a lady from down in the sunny beaches of Florida who has to move to North Dakota. Because of her job. Hilarious. Snow humor is very popular here in the snowier parts of the country, especially if you have relatives in the sunnier parts of the country, and you take turns making fun of each other between snowstorm season and hurricane season, but excellent movie. I highly recommend you check it out. Of course, tapioca pudding is also brought up in that movie as well, referred to by the folks in the state as, I think it was Minnesota or something like that, tapioca. But anyways, enough making fun of the product and looking at it. People didn't come onto YouTube to see this stuff. Pudding. What? Still no brand, just a distributor. Generic stuff. Hence the rubber gloves. Can I get them separated? I want to have a pudding snack. Do you turn them? Do you... how do we get them apart from each... Oh, twist. Just a little twist. Okay. With the personal protective gear in place, let's peel back this lid. I know what tapioca pudding is supposed to taste like. Question is, does this taste anything like it? Or is it some weird dollar store thingy that... Okay, so it kind of looks like tapioca. Little weird as usual. Spoon time! Using a plastic spoon because I don't want to have my real silverware make contact with this substance. Are you ready? Slime. In 3, 2... 1. I should write a will before eating this, shouldn't I? Let's quit blowing it off. Bottoms up! The silence is getting to you, isn't it? We shall withhold our verdict until after spoonful number 2. It does the trick. Makes me wonder why I've ever spent more than $1 for tapioca pudding snacks. Don't let the lack of a brand scare you. This stuff is actually pretty decent. Not bad, if I do say so myself. I'm just wondering why whoever made this chose to hide behind the shroud of genericity, or is that even a word? Whatever. This is pretty decent. Nice. That tapioca was delicious. Brought back lots of nice childhood memories because pudding cups were one of the few forms of sugary anything my folks ever let me have. Because they thought I'd be like some kid in a pinball machine going ding 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 if I ate any disrespectable amount of sugar. Okay, let's cast those happy childhood memories aside and prepare for the #1 reason why I insisted on wearing rubber gloves for this video. Now, I went through and I saw this. You can already tell they're in a bag from the noise. I went through and I took a look in the candy section for some cheesy, tacky after-dessert candy. Now, dinner mints were a little too traditional. I decided to look for something really different. And, as the old proverb says, seek and ye shall find. I did a double take when I first saw these because I almost misread what they are. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, straight from the deepest, darkest depths, actually it's not, actually the dollar store is not very dark, of the dollar store. Cake batter cups. Now when I walked past this, because of the font, I took a glance at them and thought it said cake butter cups. I was like, cake butter? What the heck is cake butter? No, cake batter. They're like peanut butter cups, except chocolatey cups with cake batter flavored center. Tastes just like your mom's cake bowl. We'll see about that. Ah, yes, who remembers the days when you'd go to bake cookies in cooking class, or your mom would bake cookies or something, and you'd be like, I want them now, I want them now. She'd be like, oh, they have to bake for an hour or two. And as a way to get you off of her back, she'd at least let you eat the rest of the frosting in the bottom, or the batter in the bottom of the bowl. These apparently recreate that experience. We'll see about that. Like us on Facebook. Woohoo! Palmer, quality pledge for over 50 years, blah, 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 blah. This came from a dollar store, so it's candy, 28 grams of sugar, manufactured on equipment which also processes wheat, peanut butter, and almonds. Good, no tree nuts. That's another running joke in these types of videos, like the sad onion. Manufactured by R.M. Palmer Company, P.O. Box, blobbity, Reading, Pennsylvania. Or is it Reading? I thought it was Reading. I've known some folks from Pennsylvania who know how that's pronounced. I hope it's Reading. If it's Reading, clunk me over the head with something. Whatever. Okie dokie. Let's quit looking at the bag. Can we get this open with rubber gloves? Yes. Can we get one of the cup thingies open with rubber gloves? And they got these nice pastel color, like something out of a twisted 80s movie. Now, can we get one of these open with rubber gloves? Uh-oh. Okay, the moment I've been dreading. I'm going to have to open one of these things without any protective equipment on. Folks, if you see my obituary in the newspaper after this, it's been nice knowing you. The gloves have come off. This could get ugly. Cake batter cups. Get the wrapper off. Okie dokie. No inner paper thingy, just like the cheap Rite Aid cups we had earlier. What do they taste like? In 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Tastes just like your mom's cake bowl. I'd say they somewhat pulled it off. One more for the road. Hey, look, the wrapper's kind of missing on this one. One more for the road. Yeah, they somewhat managed to pull off the cake batter taste. Just to be sure. Mouthful of sugar. Yep. It's definitely a mouthful of sugar. What I don't get, though, is why in the world do they feel the need to make something like this? I mean, they do look like peanut butter cups, but they're cake batter cups. Why in the world would you want to simulate eating the rest of the batter in the bottom of a cake bowl? Makes me want to bake real cookies and eat some real batter instead of these things. I can't really describe the taste of it. Definitely more sugary than your average peanut butter cup. Doesn't taste like a peanut butter cup. I guess I really can't say anything about what they taste like. They somewhat taste like the bottom of a bowl of cake batter. Speaking from several experiences I had growing up. But yeah, this is something you really gotta try in order to really put your finger on what the heck these things are supposed to taste like. I don't know, and I don't really care. Well, now that half of YouTube has just lost their appetite after these things, if you're curious, check them out. But don't feel too bad if you don't like the taste of them. At least they're only $1. Enough food for now. I'm gonna go lie down and wonder why in the world I've sunk to the level of making YouTube videos about this stuff. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Bon appetit, and thanks for stopping by.